You could tell it's a fucking energy product that's 18 plus, and that our hydration line is not. And I think Chuck just introduced a bill that wants to declassify government UFO, otherworldly, extraterrestrial creature vehicles, which I think is sick.
Yeah.
So like I
Go ahead,
got no
suck
problem
Chuck
with Chuck.
Schumer's dick.
I got no
dude.
problem with
Go
Chuck.
ahead, suck
He
his
tore my
dick,
rotator
bro.
cuff by riding
Can
a roundabout
we get
way.
back to the topic that you sidelined? Can we get back, please?
I sideline?
Eh,
What?
It's not Prime's not fucking banned from Canada. Prime
Okay.
Energy's not banned from Canada.
We could just jump cut
This
all
kid-
that.
No,
into
I'll
that.
tell you why. We don't distribute Prime Energy in Canada. We don't distribute it there. It's there because of illegal importers and unauthorized imports of the product because,
It's been smuggled in, like
smuggled in. I don't think you have to smuggle it, bro. I think you just bring it from the States or somewhere.
maybe somebody flew a drone over and dropped it. That's a new way of trafficking now.
Liquid's heavy. I don't think they could do that with the drone. But I'm saying, it's there's a shitload of misinformation going on with Prime right now, and it's funny to see time and time again when you reach a certain amount of success, negative headlines become intertwined and synonymous with what you're doing. We saw it even happen with Mr. Beast lately. Mr. Beast, the nicest, most brilliant YouTube creator we've seen in a long time, who is constantly giving back to philanthropy, doing good, help changing the world for the better, and yet still people are coming down on him for what? You just want something to whine about and complain about? It's much easier to tear someone down than build your own life up. And the world's filled with that type of person right now, and Prime has, unfortunately, at least for that 2-week period, hit that zeitgeist. Bro, we don't even fucking distribute Prime Energy.
And why is that? Because Canada doesn't allow caffeine?
No. The limit for Canada, I believe, is 140 milligrams of caffeine, which when Prime Energy comes to Canada, which it's going to, the cans will be under 140 milligrams.
Can I ask you a question regarding your marriage? Okay. I also want to tell you that you've inspired me. Your love is so pure. It's just really nice to watch. And it's inspired me to be a little bit more well-behaved in my own ways.
It pissed me off, to be honest. I was like, it made me feel like a piece of shit. I was like, I need to be doing something in my life. You were way younger than me. You you found this love, and you found a great way to show it off. And it just made me feel like I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, whatever. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel what you're saying. Jeff, I never thought I'd be in this position. Come on, bro. Me?
I
Getting
know.
down on one knee?
I did.
I'll be on. No.
I knew.
No.
You're a lover.
Nah.
You're a lover boy.
Nah.
You're a lover boy.
Getting down on one knee, saying these nice things,
Bro, you're a lover boy, bro.
asking a girl to spend the rest of your life with you, that's some pussy shit.
No,
And then here I am doing it with my chest out. I'm
No,
proud
that's the
to do
goal
it.
in life.
I got
Chest
got.
out.
I got.
Ass was crying.
She turned me into a fucking puddle, dude.
You're crying when you ask the question. You ask a question like this. Ooh, you're
I
married.
was sobbing, bro. I watched it back and I was like, dude,
that shit was mad cute. I'm not gonna
What's
lie.
about it?
But bro, you've always you are a lover boy. Your relationship with Nina has been obviously trackable. Bro, I remember when you guys first started talking, and this was back when me and you were getting like beefs about shit. And I remember one time I'll remember this forever. We were in Las Vegas and we had just done a show and you were fucking late to that shit. And we got you remember this? You guys all, bro, in the downstairs at that bar. And I thought y'all had cleared out. I thought security had cleared out. I thought it was just me and him. And me and him were going at it. You're trailing off. You're not taking this fucking show serious anymore. We had fucking Kaylani on the show today. Your ass was a fucking hour late. Maybe if you put as much energy into this fucking show as you put into that relationship with Nina, he goes, I'm going to ask you to stop right fucking there. That is my future wife. That is the future mother of my children. So watch what you say next. And I said, holy shit, bro. This is serious, yo. And look, since then, Impulsive's gone into the shitter.
Yeah, this show sucks now,
Views are
dude.
in the fucking
I should've
trash.
listened to Mike.
But the marriage is great. The relationship's great, dude.
great.
But I'll remember that. And I knew that fucking shit was serious since day one. Since day one when I introduced you guys. I'll always remember that.
Let me take this time to thank you.
I never get real
Let me
thanks.
take this time to thank you. I'm not kidding, Mike. Out of all the things we've done together in our life,
A lot,
out of
bro.
all the things you've helped me with and been my big brother for, You are quite literally the reason why I met my fucking wife. And that's incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you so fucking much. I was not gonna go to the Hard Rock Hotel for a measly fee to show up and promote the opening of the Hard Rock Hotel in New York City, which is where I met Nina. And by the way, you guys getting me there was the best investment of your life, because now forever we met in that spot, and I'm riding for you guys. They sent us a nice guitar with the date on it, the day we met.
Oh, really?
Well, not because of it, but they did it to every person they played.
Oh
they
yeah,
paid.
mine got stuck with my accountant. That trip was special, and I think we should probably also owe a good shout out to John Schwartz.
I think I'm gonna ask him to officiate our wedding, I think.
That's actually awesome. That's actually awesome. He's so perfect for that.
for it, right?
He really is.
Yeah, it's incredible, dude. Thank you. I can't believe it. When I introduced you to that one girl,
You changed my life.
Lena the
No,
Plug.
there's no need for that. But that's a good topic to stroll into.
Yeah.
We're
but
going. We're going there. 100%. We're going there.
What, Lena the
Because
Plug?
it was just going to be the next. And I thank you for saying that to me. And I really do want to say you've inspired me. I think you've inspired a lot of people in this romantic relationship. I have been talking to someone as well for the past. I don't want to move fast. Let's not get out of control here. But she's a spicy Latina. I'd say she's like a little bottle of fucking hot sauce.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
for
Like,
sure.
and I've been warned. I've been warned by David. People know they're not to be fucked with. You don't fuck with these Latinas, bro. They're feisty. And I like that, because I like that when something happens, like if I get into like a little scuffle with like a door guy and I'm like, yo, can we come in? All of a sudden, I'm behind a girl and she's jumping in front of me like, yo, Poppy, listen up. Yo, you know I'm from Habana, right? I'm from Cuba. You from Cuba? And then they start speaking in Spanish to each other. And bro, that's my shit.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. And I'm just like, yeah, listen to her, bro.
Well,
Last night, quickly, I got this. I try to keep the Latinas away from blonde white chicks. It's just like, it's smart, bro, especially if I'm friends.
It's like vinegar and water.
It kind of can be, especially if there's a couple of the Latinas at the same time, because they squad up. And so last night I was at this dinner at Gecko. Shout out Grutman, shout out, Perp, all these guys. We're at this dinner, and this blonde chick who I'm friends with also shows up to this dinner. She's hanging out.
What was she doing there?
Well,
I want to know.
nah, it's fine.
Jeff, do you know why she was
No,
there?
no, he doesn't. Please, you got to let me craft this properly. Please
let him go.
Please. So she shows up at this dinner, and we were having like a nice time, right? And she comes, and she kind of like she's pretty loud.
She just watched the Barbie movie, and I guess it's like a very empowering movie for women to watch. And she just wanted to disrespect everyone. She just wanted to come in. She was telling me she was gonna abuse me because I'm a man and I resemble Ken.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you
what
do.
the fuck?
She came in on this shit. She was like, well, in the Barbie world, she's like, women are the president, they're the CEOs and everything. And then when you leave the Barbie world, they realize how ridiculous the real world is, where men have control too. And I can get behind that. So she's like talking, and like she has one of those voices that like trails off, and I can get behind that. And so in my brain, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm not looking to my right to my Latinas, right? I'm just focusing on Barbie, right? And it's like that. And I'm thinking to myself, if I look right, I know what the Latinas' faces are gonna look like. So I'm not gonna look right.
Yeah.
But I hear and I feel a little snicker to my right, and they're texting each other.
Oh, no.
And like in Spanish, right? And I go to the girl I'm talking to, and I go, can you please stop?
Yeah.
Can you please stop? Don't do that. She's just having a good time. Like, please stop, right? So whatever. So she continues on, and the feisty Latinas get up to go to the bathroom. They go, yo, we're gonna go to the bathroom. And I go, can you just hurry up, because the car's about to be here? And the Barbie girl turns towards him and goes, yeah, hurry the fuck up. And bro, my heart dropped. I go, and this girl turns, and it was like a homicide via eye stare.
Yeah.
Like, and I text her, I go, hey, babe, I know what you're thinking right now. Can you just not? Like, can you just not? Just please let me handle it. And so for the rest of the night, I made all these stupid comments. I asked her how Margot Robbie was in the movie. She's like, it's not Margot. It's Margot. Like, what are you, stupid? And then I told her I was an Episcopalian, so I don't eat fish.
Okay, and she bought it.
No, and she goes, it's an Pescatarian.
No.
And I go, I'm sorry. And then I told her, the last thing I told her was, I was like, yeah, I've been saving up money. I think I'm gonna get an apartment here in Miami. I'm gonna get a nice place. I found a place for $800 a month. And she goes, what are you getting, like a shed in like someone's backyard? Bro, it was like a whole thing, dude.
Here's a general rule of thumb.
Keep Latinas away from white girls.
Here's
That's the rule
another
of thumb,
general
bro.
rule of
It really.
thumb. You can be dumb. You can be mean. But you can't be both.
No, you can't. I'm telling you, bro, you can't.
You gotta pick one.
You can't.
You gotta pick one. That's gnarly. That's a person who I can't imagine being around, which is part of the reason I'm so happy.
She's probably
I'm
no.
locked down.
I will say this too.
I'm
She's
happy
probably
for
fine.
you
I think
guys.
she was drunk. She's probably fine. But I do want to say this from a nice standpoint. Shout out to all my Latinas, Latino women, Latino men, the Mexican community, the Cuban community, fucking Puerto Rican community. I love you guys. I've said this a million times. I love your culture. I love your passion for life, your lust for life, your zest, your food.
Shout out to all
everything, bro.
races,
And
you
shout
know?
out to all the other races.
Oh wait, can
too.
you?
No, I like the idea of just today's about for me a specific.
Yeah,
People,
Yeah.
I can
so you're
support
you're
them.
locked down now. Logan's obviously locked down.
Feels like getting pretty close.
Just prowling, Jeff.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. That's what I was getting at before.
What is it like on the outfield?
I mean, it's going. You know, actually, it should be good that you two are locked down. More action for me. But the show does nothing with this 99% male audience.
Nothing.
But
I
whatever. I'm
think
not in
we're-
this game for pussy. You know.
Yeah.
Someone that is in the game for pussy is Adam 22. Let's come on. We're a couple weeks late, but I have a very unique angle on this, having once dated a adult star. So I think my opinion is valid on it. But I want to immediately toss it out to you guys. Do you guys have any right off the bat feelings on what happened? I guess for the audience that is unaware, Adam 22, Lena the Plug, two technically adult film stars who are married and also have a child. Adam has been, they run a show, you know what, I'll say it. They run a show called Plug Talk, where they interview other adult stars and then fuck them afterwards. And it's a whole thing. And Adam has, fat Latina booties and black booties and all kinds of different booties bouncing on his face. And he's doing all kinds of stuff to him.
But he also has a podcast called No Jumper, which is a wildly successful, like more
Hip-hop.
urban-based
Yep.
podcast. It's great. He's a businessman.
He is a businessman, and so that's going to be the question and going to be the crux of this conversation, right? And so for the longest time, Lena had never hooked up with another man besides Adam. She was in videos with Adam, but never another man. And maybe 2 weeks ago, they make this announcement that Lena is going to be doing her first ever guy-girl scene with a male performer, and this broke the internet. Twitter did not know what to do, how to handle this situation. Aiden Ross flipping out, Andrew Tate mind blown, all of these people trying to make sense of a situation that didn't seem to have any sense to be made. And days later, this video rolls out of her having these intimate relations with a man by the name of Jason Love, someone who the person I was once dating also had a video with, and a quite famous video with. And so the internet has been ablaze.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, because the issue is, in one sense, he let another guy fuck his wife for the entire internet to see behind a paywall. Well, that's not the issue. That's actually where I go, I'm a business guy. I could see the angle they're taking. They teased it, dude. They teased it ahead of time. They built the hype up ahead of time. Then the video dropped behind a paywall. I bet they made bank. From a strictly business decision, these people are hustlers. And I can respect that. And
Where do you draw the line?
I'll
Yeah,
draw the
that's-
line when Adam commented on my Twitter picture that said, engaged to my best friend, and said, let her sleep with another dude.
No, I did not.
That's
see
where
that.
I draw the fucking line.
Oh my God.
The guy's out of his fucking mind. The guy's out of his
I have been thinking that lately. So I know Adam very well. I've known Adam for years and years. I've done his show multiple times.
another guy fuck his wife for the entire internet to see behind a paywall. Well, that's not the issue. That's actually where I go, I'm a business guy. I could see the angle they're taking. They teased it, dude. They teased it ahead of time. They built the hype up ahead of time. Then the video dropped behind a paywall. I bet they made bank. From a strictly business decision, these people are hustlers, and I can respect that. And
Where do you draw the line?
I'll
Yeah,
draw the
that's-
line when Adam commented on my Twitter picture that said, engaged to my best friend, and said, let her sleep with another dude.
No, I did not
That's
see
where
that.
I draw the fucking line.
Oh my God.
The guy's out of his fucking mind. The guy's out of his
I have been thinking that lately. So so I know Adam very well. I've known Adam for years and years. I've done his show multiple times. We've had, by the way, it's very, us having this conversation makes sense. We've had Adam and Lena on the show before a long time
Adam's
ago.
cool. He's
no,
cool. He's
Adam is
awesome.
very cool. He's a cool guy. There's a lot of things I like about Adam for sure. I was surprised about this one. I was very surprised about this one, and there's so many different factors involved. There's the fact that they're married. This is the one that started to make me think they have a child. Does that impact an adult star's desire to continue working in the space as a mom? A question. It's not a basis. I do have my own opinions on it. Maybe we get there. Also, something tells me something behind the scenes happened that basically forced this. And I've seen it on streams. I've seen Lena hinting to the fact that Adam has been unfaithful in the relationship. He has cheated on her in the past. I don't know if it was recently. I don't know if it was a long time ago.
She basically had a wild card.
That's what it seems like. But I also know that Lena is very, very faithful
She's loyal,
to a wild extent, and
Yeah.
she probably is so forgiving in that aspect that she wouldn't have done that without his like semi permission at least.
It's the interesting part is filming it and putting it online, because otherwise you're kind of just swingers, which is probably way more.
Nah,
common
because
than
she
you
wouldn't have
think.
done it. She would.
It was a cash grab.
She clearly has no desire to be hooking up, and also
Then who presented the idea, do you think?
It had to have been her.
No, if I know them, I think it was Adam. If I know them, it was but what I was saying was it could have been Adam under the preface that it was to satiate another fault. Like him saying, listen, this is how you can forgive me for what I've done. You do this video, you take 100% of the proceeds. How do you feel about that? But bro, regardless, I cannot see a world where this does not complicate that relationship. And I watched the stream with Tate that, by the way, your brother was on, and I have a whole heap of thoughts on that. Maybe we get to it later in the episode. But, Tate raised a very good point, which was, regardless of how you feel now, does this act come up, later on when you guys get in a fight and now she's already fucked another dude? And maybe starts thinking a little bit differently about how much she has to be with you, or how you're the only dick she's had in a long time. Like, does that change her psyche? Does that change her approach to, arguments, disagreements, debates, right? Like knowing that you have other options. I mean, she knows she has other options,
100%.
but like,
yeah.
does it change
Yes.
the dynamic?
100%.
How can it not?
And final question on it. If there was nothing that seemed more apparent of a cash grab situation, and I think you're right about it, is the fact that they went straight interracial BBC. Like they didn't leave people into it. They were like, yo, we're gonna do what will cause the most. Look at David. Can you keep your hands like that, Caleb?
The guy's packing.
A lot.
He's hung like a horse.
They don't call him Jason Love for nothing, bro.
Tough.
He's got a.
Did Adam film it?
No, that would be some cuck behavior. Adam's not a. He's not.
Adam
is a money. Adam cares about money. Adam cares. It's very clear. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. I thought that might have been a line for him. I really did. I'm very surprised in his decision. I really am.
I've been impressed by his iron mental fortitude. It looks like he's impenetrable. Everyone's clowning on him, right? Like, why would they not? You let a guy with a horse cock fuck your wife on camera, and he just doesn't care. He seems unfazed by it. He's making jokes out of it. That's where I gotta take my hat off. I don't know how the guy has found that confidence.
You have to. At
That's
that point.
insane.
Yeah, I was
have
gonna
to.
say that. If he shows
no other
even
play.
one crack in his shield on that, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be open season on his ass.
Open season.
You
It
know what I'm
already is
saying?
though. It already is. Like this is the most I've seen the internet favoring one direction or one side, and this guy's like, I don't give a fuck. What are you talking about? It's, I let another guy fuck my wife. That's what it is.
And also just to bring up the opposing viewpoint, and just to make sure I get it out there, Adam has had intimate relations with hundreds and hundreds of other women, and obviously in the society we live in, and maybe it's right or wrong. I'm not commenting on that, but she's given him this always on pass to shoot, and so it. Let's put it like this. I'll put it like this. My final thought on it. Could never be me. Could never be me. And that should be an obvious statement. The idea of someone that you're currently with hooking up with another man could never be me, right?
Yeah.
That said, the difference in a situation where one of the people where both people are already adult film stars and one of them is already hooking up with hundreds of other people does make it a dramatically different dynamic than the average conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but when you were with your ex, would you ever go back and watch old work of hers?
Are you asking me if I'm a cuck on the Impulsive Show? Is that what you're asking me? Well, I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I'd seen a tremendous amount of her stuff prior to hooking up with her.
But at that, you cut it off.
Yeah, it starts to change how you.
Yeah.
It starts to change how you look at the person completely. I mean, you start to, and I know I can tell Logan's getting fidgety. And it was funny because Tate said, I'm incredibly uncomfortable with this conversation. And it really is. It's actually, to be completely honest with you, it is a very, similarly to the NPC streams, it's a
ice cream so good.
Exactly.
Like a cowgirl. Yes. Grab. Pop. Ice cream so good. Got me feeling like a cowgirl. It's uncomfortable. How do you, we're here. We're at the lowest rung of the ladder that you talked about at the beginning of the show.
Yep.
This is another example of that.
Yep.
Gnarly place to be. I respect the hustle, guys. I get it, but damn, you're sacrificing some shit for that. You're sacrificing some shit, and I don't know if there's any coming back for certain things. Cowgirl girl can come back. She can make a whole goddamn life out of being
She's
an NPC.
crushing it.
She's honestly good for fucking her.
Her main income source is OnlyFans.
That's great too.
Yep.
I think it's
No,
awesome.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying there's a chance she's going to be doing a video with Jason Love soon too.
I think it's awesome.
It's Jason Love is the real winner here. He's just out.
He's gonna have her feeling like a cowgirl.
He's literally. Speaking of cowgirls, speaking of the internet, similarly to what you went through in 2018, early 2018, when I saw the return of Andrew Tate post prison, I saw a humbled man. His approach on the stream the other day, in every position in which he was challenged, forced to debate or argue, he presented himself from a position of love, a position of understanding, a position of empathy, and a position of desire to push the conversation forward with an effective outcome. I had not seen that from him before. He in the past had relied on disses, on
flexing,
being mean, on flexing, on a lot of those things. Void from this stream, and I believe, in a lot of ways, his experience in prison in Romania and seeing how quickly life can change humbled him very much so.
I wonder if he would agree with you. I wonder if he'd admit
100%.
to that.
I think
no,
he would.
everybody. I mean, when you go through that, when you got grown men checking your asshole for contraband and shit like that, it'll humble you. You know, you
But
treat
his
it like
whole
an animal.
but his whole brand is that of having an iron will and mental fortitude that cannot be tested.
That's the
And
worst punishment for people.
I agree, dude. I said if he makes it out of this little jail stint that's happening right now, he's gonna be in a phenomenal position on the internet for people to hear his story and see how he made it through it. And I got to give him props for that. I don't know if this Tate talk is preemptive, right? He's in the middle of a fucking case in Romania. If he's able to get out of it, then we're having a conversation. Otherwise, we could be upping a fucking. You know what I'm saying?
We in this country, and I'd like to extend our country's sentiment towards the rest of the world. We run off a basis of innocent until proven guilty. I'm more than happy to provide that level of or that same sentiment towards anybody who's charged with a crime, whether it's YNW Melly, whether it's whoever, whoever, right? And
not,
so
not one other person.
I don't know why
Not
I
one
couldn't
other
think of
person, huh?
anyone, dude. But anyways, I did want to say that, and also I think a lesson that it seems like he learned, at least seemingly watching that first stream, is I think he is settling into the confidence that he has in the fact that his viewers are there to watch him, listen to his motivation, listen to his inspiration, listen to those messages, and they will not turn it off if he doesn't talk shit about people. They will not turn it off if he doesn't call girls fat fours, if he doesn't, you know, talk about the fact that Western civilization's always failing and all these negative things. He can probably run on a platform of positive messaging, which is ironically what was the desire for Trump the entire time, where people were like, okay, this dude's got a lot of great policies, he's got a lot of great messages. If someone takes away his access to Twitter, this can be the most powerful person in the world. If he would just stop saying ridiculous shit and focus on the fact that he has a platform. Andrew Tate has a platform, whether he's mean on it or not. And I think he realizes that. We will see how that continues to play out, but at least from the start, from his recent restart, he seems to be a much humbler man.
How can you not be? I mean, the prison stint, especially if it was unjust, is tough.
Take it from me. I've done a lot of bad shit in my life, you know, whether it was to make money or whatever. Every time I've been arrested, it was for some stupid shit, just like slipping up, had nothing to do with what I was doing to make money. And you still get that lesson, whatever you're in there for, you know, even if they got the wrong guy, which is what happened to me, every one of my arrests, they got the wrong guy. But you fucking come out of there different.
Yeah,
of course, it humbles you. And I wouldn't change a thing. You know, I needed it. If you watch videos of the old me in my like early 20s, I was a piece of shit. Like I hate myself to go back and watch those my reality show appearances and stuff. Terrible.
No way.
I needed jail. I might need another one soon.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
Sometimes it's good just to hit like
Nah,
you know.
but I think
the
you
can.
no.
Yeah, grounded again.
You say
Get
that,
back
But
in
you're
there.
just stuck in there with your own thoughts. You know, they take your name from you. Now you have a number, inmate, whatever. You know, they just they know what they're doing. You know.
You say that, but I think there is a max inflection point in life of humility where you say to yourself, "Nah, I don't think I'm gonna go back to that level of asshole again." I hate
Yeah, of
it.
course,
I was the worst piece of shit on all three of these couches. I'll stand behind that easily, bro. I was a terrible fucking person.
No.
This is
no.
a crazy
terrible
contest to have.
fucking
No, you were worse than me. No way.
Bro, come on.
No way. I was
Bro,
in a bad spot. I look back at some of my behavior. Man, I
horrible
couldn't
drug dealer.
believe I'm the same guy. No, but that was before the podcast. That was before the podcast.
It was 20 years before the podcast.
Yeah, but we've all done some fucked up shit.
Speaking of fucked up shit, man,
At least
these.
we didn't film it. Let's move on. Let's go. Let's talk about UFC.
Honestly.
you know,
Honestly, bro, you're absolutely right.
you live and you learn. You
You're
know
absolutely right.
what's going on in the UFC? You see what he did? You see
Relax
when he
for a
got
sec.
in the octagon? Did you see
Yeah,
that?
he's a fighter. Of course, he got in the octagon.
Well, when he got in the octagon
With
what's it?
Marcus
You can't talk
Duplessis?
shit to him and then bring a
Duplessis?
half-baked story, bro.
Yeah, you
If
can't.
you're gonna talk shit to him, your next story better be crushed.
I'm deflecting.
No, you gotta.
Izzy
bring
goes
it.
in there, he's yelling the N-word over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
Because
it was,
they're both African.
yeah.
You know.
And he got a lot of hate for it, but I think that was sick. You know, if I were Izzy,
Bro,
I would have
Izzy-
done that shit
come on,
exactly.
Izzy's a
I
dog.
wish I could do that
Izzy's
one
a
day.
beast.
You know,
You'd never be able to do it, bro.
well, obviously not. I
You know?
can't say the N-word, but you know, if I were Izzy, you know how sick that would be to get in there on that fucking mic. He lost his voice too. He sounded all.
You can do anything on pay-per-views, like flash your tits even.
Oh yeah, you saw
That girl's
that?
banned.
Saw it
She's
live.
banned.
Saw
Yes.
boobies live on DAZN.
I was like,
couldn't believe
bro,
it.
she
Couldn't
just flashed her
believe it.
tits in front of an arena full of children.
Yeah.
That is
Isn't that
insane.
kind of like
That's
like
illegal.
sexual
That's a
predatory
sex crime.
behavior?
Yeah, you get that's indecent exposure.
The fact that it
And
happened.
it's 40,000 people in the arena.
kids. It
Yeah,
happened.
kids.
It happened in Ireland, right? Is that where it was?
I think so. Yeah.
Fucking women
So-
flashing their boobies, teenagers vaping, and yeah, Chuck Schumer wants to say that the FDA complied. Prime Energy needs to be investigated.
You gotta pay him.
Shut the fuck
You gotta
up.
pay him.
Yo, let's investigate vaping.
No, you gotta.
Vaping.
No, what are we doing?
Bro, there's countries pumping McDonald's and
What are we
fast food.
doing?
Everything is bullshit.
What are we paying
Bro, you
attention
got-
to?
No, stop paying attention.
No, the
Start paying
consumers see through it.
senators.
Speaking of releasing, though, shout out Jesus. My man Jesus, German rapper. He was out of prison for a weekend, made a music
It's not
video,
how you say his
back
name.
in prison.
It's not how you say his name.
It's hard.
It's not
hard.
Jesus.
What do you mean?
It's not. It's not how you say it, is it?
What?
Don't we
Jesus,
call him
Jesus.
Jesus. You just
Jesus.
turn him into the son of God.
Oh, he's awesome.
It's
That's not what I'm
G-
This video is hard as fuck.
That's not what I'm
Z-U-Z.
saying. I thought we were calling him Jesus.
Jesus.
He calls him
Jesus.
Yeah, but that's the son of God.
Bro, I pray to the Son of God. I pray to every God.
Okay,
I pray
we're
to
not
every
doing- we're not
religion.
We're not doing this again.
What,
We're
bro?
not doing this again, bro. How
Yo,
about
just
this? How
because
about
I'm not
this? How about
religious
this? How about
doesn't mean
this?
I can't believe in God.
The word religious doesn't belong in your vocabulary anymore. Take religious, religion, God.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you have to be atheist at this point. You've disrespected.
I'm not
everyone. You're
atheist.
You're atheist.
Bro, I believe in God. I believe in God. It doesn't, just because I do not subscribe to yours or his or any particular person's in this room doesn't mean that my God isn't just as legit. And I can prove that.
I don't care what God you pray to. It doesn't matter which God you pray to. Whoever your God is pissed off at the Island Boys. What is going on there? They're like okay.
No, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Are we,
no,
actually, I don't think I can
no,
even
you
handle
can't.
another
You-
one of these
no, you
fucking
can't. You
stupid
can't.
fucking topics today.
You can't.
I can't handle another one of these stupid fucking topics today, bro. I can't, dude. I can't.
Twin brothers
What?
making out with each other to promote their OnlyFans.
It-
Ooh, that's even low. That's lower on the ladder.
Bro, that's actually insane.
that's gnarly.
actually insane. And also,
Yeah, that's the word.
They should have just sold their jewelry, like George said.
He was
He's
right.
definitely
George was right about that.
Can we get some clarity on is that illegal? Is it illegal for them to do that?
Incest is not illegal.
What did they
Is
say to
it? Is
George on
it?
that? Yeah, I'm thugging.
Can we
you
get
know
a-
what?
can
you-
we get a- can we
you
get a
know we're thugging.
Florida
He
law?
was thugging.
Check on incest, please, because they live in Dade County. I'd like to know: is it illegal to stick your tongue in your fucking brother's
Twin brothers.
gullet, in your twin brother's
it's
tat
not because-
throat?
It's not sex.
Is that word?
Florida statute 82604, crime carrier or the person you are related to by lineage or brother, sister, uncle, aunt, or niece.
Got it.
So long as they're not. But that's the thing. Are they doing that on their OnlyFans?
Fucking each other?
I don't want to talk about this.
The Jonah Hill topic is extremely complex, and I
It does seem complex one to say about the Joe topic. Maybe this is divisive, but I find it incredibly fucked up girl to continually air Jonah messages to her on social media to prove me.
I don't think that's ever. I don't think that's ever fair.
We-
I don't think it's ever
we,
fair.
we get
bro.
it, lady. What are you doing? Also, wasn't that a relationship like 2 years prior? Was his positioning correct? I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. But man, being in Jonah Hill's position, being a celebrity, a person who has to constantly worry about trust and trusting people in his life, especially people who he probably loved at one point, and then having that trust broken by this particular person is actually vile. It's actually fucked up. Extremely fucked
I guess
up.
my question is this: like, what does she get out of it? What was her intent? Was she trying to save future girls from falling into the pit of despair?
She
Like,
probably felt really wronged by him and wanted to get back at him.
well,
It
evidently,
hurt people. Came from a
evidently,
place
it
of-
timed coincidentally with the pregnancy announcement of him with his new wife or birth of his kid. I can't remember which.
that
one
could
it
cause some
was.
angst in an
Right,
ex for
right.
sure, for sure. It's fucked up. Don't keep your shit private if possible, especially if you're not even dating the person. It's 2 years gone. Get a fucking life, woman. You have another topic, bro? I hate this gossip drama bullshit.
It just seems.
Is there anything new? We should have watched Oppenheimer.
I'm in Oppenheimer.
Should have watched
I-
Oppenheimer.
I'm really
yeah,
excited.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really
I
excited
want that
for
depression. I
Oppenheimer.
want that nuclear warfare.
Barbie smoked Oppenheimer. I mean,
What?
tw-
Country music being the most popular music in the world? In America? That's not true.
yeah, no, country music. Make no mistake, country music is the biggest thing in the world.
It's not true.
And not in the world.
Bro, listen, no, that's not what I mean. I just mean Morgan Wallen, dude. It is the biggest fucking bro. When I went to Wrigley Stadium and saw this dude sell out 2 nights in a row, 70,000 fucking people, solo act. We're not talking about openers. We're not talking about Rolling Loud. Shout out Rolling Loud. This dude is single-handedly.
Yeah, that fucking music festival from last week really wanted you to give them a shout out.
Well, we had a fucking trailer at it, so I just figured.
Oh yeah, that's nice then. Shout out Rolling Loud.
Yeah, correct. So hip hop is having a.
I got my truck. I got my gun. I'm out back. I'm having fun. We're going fishing. Don't wash the dishes. I like to hunt. I like to fuck. I'm a countryman. I got my jeans and driving Wrangler.
You can't. I think you're gonna get copyright.
I'm making that up on the spot.
That's not true.
That was off the cuff.
That's not true. That's a actual song. That's a country song. That's popular on the radio.
Let me
right
tell you
now.
what country song that was. All of them.
There's no way you came up with such a genius country song. That was
The country
no.
music
You're gonna
fans are
get
like,
no. You're gonna get copyrighted. That was Morgan Wallen.
I can go again.
I know that song. Is that called Big Red Truck?
That's the one, and that's, by the way, named Clifford.
No, that's Big Red Dog.
Oh.
There was a woman on a American Airlines flight.
Yeah, right.
Okay, this feels good. This feels good because I got a lot of questions here. A woman aboard an American Airlines flight from Dallas-Fort Worth to Orlando caused a significant disruption, loudly declaring that another passenger was, quote unquote, not real.
Then I found out what she meant by that.
What did she mean by it?
He was a non-player character, and he was sitting in the back saying, ice cream's so good. Got me feeling like a cowgirl. And he was bro, what is this, a topical events
the
podcast? What are you doing?
I'm a huge fan of topical events.
Yeah, but this is old news, and also
Yeah.
there's a bunch of crazy people. I saw, especially at the airport. I saw this video of this girl getting arrested at the airport, and she was yelling at the cops because the cop wouldn't kiss her. She's like, "You don't think I'm sexy? Kiss me.
That seems
You don't
fair.
think I'm sexy?"
There's a
Getting
lot of
dragged down the
wacky shit that happens
Lot
on
of
planes because
wacky
now you're
shit.
mixing people getting drunk before the flight. They take meds to sleep or something, and you mix all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, and people aren't real.
You're a couple drinks away from people not being real.
Yeah.
There was a guy on a China Airlines flight. That's not China Airlines. I don't know. It's a Chinese flight. A flight from China. Like
Yeah.
a Chinese flight. It's a flight filled with Chinese people.
Okay.
I don't know how to message this exactly, but there was many Chinese people on a plane. So it was in my eyes, it was a Chinese flight. One of the Chinese airlines.
Chinese. What do they eat on the Chinese flights? Chinese food.
Chinese food. So anyways, there was a Chinese flight, and there was a guy on the flight screaming that he was in his 6th cycle, and he had seen that this plane wasn't going to make it to its next destination.
Well, you can't say that on a plane.
And it caused a massive uproar, and they pulled the guy off the plane. I mean, the content coming off, but here's the question. It begs the question.
Is Final Destination real?
Was he right? If that plane had taken off, would what he said have happened? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like there. So I
about
find
the
this.
butterfly effect.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying this. I find it funny that if I ask the internet right now to tell me the exact make and size of your pants, they could provide that information immediately. But if I asked them who that woman was, who had the knowledge that that man was not real, the internet still has not found out who this woman is. The internet identifies everyone. So you're telling me that the corrupt, corporate-owned government that we exist under, who 9/11, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Clip that. That's
All
it.
of it.
That's it. Yeah.
What about? Well, you didn't say anything just now. You know what sucks? We had a great podcast, and this last 10 is just
It's been hard. I'm
just
running out of topics.
bullshit.
Bro, I've been feeding you guys.
Ask Jeff something, dude.
What do you got going on?
You flew out here with your new girlfriend, right?
I'm careful with the term, but yes.
Okay,
I'll
the
be
new
up-
girl you're dating.
Yep.
You
Well-
got yourself a first class ticket and you put her in economy. How do you go about that? Let me- do you? So listen, Mike, because you make a lot of money, right?
That's subjective, I guess.
But-
like I look at Kai Cenat. Like Kai Cenat makes a lot of money.
Okay, so
XQC makes a lot of money. I know Logan says he doesn't, but XQC
what's the deal?
makes a lot of
Fuck, I
money.
gotta stop being mean to you because your mom called me. She got mad at me.
She's
She
pissed
said,
right
"You're
now.
being mean
She's
to
watching
my-"
this right now, putting you on
It's
a list.
just an
like,
interesting topic, Sorry, Robin.
happy
but,
to have the
but
conversation.
she probably thinks you're right. Why would he be spending all this money to get her? She's a smaller person. Maybe it doesn't matter if she's in a middle seat in the back of the
She's not a
plane.
dwurf. She would have liked first class.
Were there no other
What?
seats available?
I
Was there only
I am
one?
curious why you
I'm
do
happy
that.
to have the conversation.
Did you offer to share it like half the
I
flight?
believe it's
3 hours.
I believe it's a. I run on a similar vesting schedule as your prenup. I'll be honest. If you think within 2 weeks of knowing me as a human that I am putting you in a $3,000
That's
LAX,
when you do that stuff in the
it's
beginning.
Not.
So it's
you
like,
want to know
look,
what that's
this
called,
is-
buddy? Setting a poor precedent. Because guess what? When she says,
Okay, you're right,
when
you're right.
she
So you're
says to
building to
you,
that.
when she says to you, wow, or when she says to herself, wow, he hasn't upgraded my status in this relationship in a long time because I started her off in first class on Emirates to fucking Dubai. No, she's gonna start off with David in 33C. Okay, and by the way, it's a 5-hour flight. David flies business when we cross the ocean most of the time.
Yeah.
It was a very expensive flight. If it had been a $700 mint fare, she would be in first class with me. It was $3,000.
I want to say I think that's fair.
Okay.
I totally see your point. When does she vest to business? Like when is it time?
I think okay, so I'll say this. I think it's rate dependent. And I also will say this. You know me. I like to make sure that I'm fiscally responsible.
You're a stickler, dude.
There's a better chance.
You are a cheapskate, though.
Don't say
Cheapskate,
that.
that's
Please,
what it
please, can I
is.
finish the statement and then you can say whatever mean thing
Okay,
you're going to say next.
okay.
My mom's watching. by
I
the way.
know. I'm sorry, Robin.
There is a chance. There's a high probability that she would see me slide back to econ with her as opposed to. Hey, I'll come sit with you. I think. Do you
That's
want to know?
what- I could see that
Do you
happening
want to know why?
before she
Do you
gets
want
a
to,
business
especially
ticket.
for a 4.5-hour flight to Miami? Do you want to know why I didn't do that? There was only middle seats left. I couldn't sit with her. David sat in middle. She sat in middle. Couldn't. There was no seats left.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it put me in a bad position. Like, can I drop 3,000 on this very sweet Latina's first class seat? Absolutely, I can. Of course I can. But did I want to set that precedent right off the bat? I've been flying her all over the world recently.
Yeah.
She's been in every state, city, and country. Jeff, what did you want to say that was mean?
I forgot.
Perfect.
No, cheapskate. You're a cheapskate.
Yep.
I mean, it's getting ridiculous because you're making more and more money every year, but
don't
you
think
get
that's true.
cheaper. You get cheaper every single time. Like, I mean, last night.
Go ahead, bring it up. I know it's on the tip there. Tommy, I know it's burning in your bloodstream,
Last
buddy.
night, right? I get in. I'm tired. I flew economy too. Middle seat. I want to go to sleep. You're like, no, bro, come to dinner. Just fucking come to dinner. Come to dinner. Mike brings, a group of girls, and they run up a tab, drinks, bottles, fucking all
That's
this.
not true.
Champagne coming over to the table. I don't drink, so I'm just sitting there like, fuck, man, I should have just stayed in. Bill comes. He's like, yo, card. Give me your card. I'm like, I'm perfectly fine with splitting the bill, but I was dragged there. You invite me out. It's your party, your thing. I'm helping you out, wingman, and you fucking pick up the check.
Okay, you're bringing up a very interesting
Personal?
topic. No, not personal by any means.
You're a cheapskate.
Okay.
There's not really to go here. I'm trying to bring up topics and it's so short. End it.
No, that's
Close
fine.
the book.
But let me just
Fucking
say
judge
this.
slam
Let me
the
just say
hammer.
this.
You are a lousy cheapskate.
Anybody that goes to those type of dinners
Yeah.
knows that regardless of what you ate, drank, or whatever, girls generally do not pay, and the men usually split the bill. It's generally the case. Like,
What did you have?
he had some food, but not a lot.
I had just the bread.
No, you had
Just the
some
bread.
dumpling.
I
You had
only
some
had-
Wagyu dumpling.
He was
He's a
counting my
liar.
bites. He's counting my bites of food. Bro, it's either fucking pick it up or pass it to me. Just be like, yo, this is on you. You're lucky to be here.
You had 37 bites of food last night. I counted
know
every
you
single
fucking
fucking one of
counted
them.
them. I know
And you
you
had
counted
2
them.
bottles of sparkling.
Look, I don't want to play this game where we just expose each
No,
other for shit that happens
That's
in real
not,
life.
No. It's fair. It's fair. And by the way, I did, as you know, cover a little bit more, and I also tried to
$70
No,
more.
that's not true.
$70.
And I also tried to hand you cash, and you said you didn't want it.
Yeah, because that's how I roll. Fucking,
He'd rather have the story.
I'd rather have the story, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because now we got a leg up. We can talk shit about you.
Uh-huh.
Get the audience to turn on you.
Yeah, yeah,
respect
yeah.
that.
You see Nelk and Andrew Schultz, speaking of like calling you a cheapskate over here.
Yep.
So I watched that podcast, and it's so interesting to me to see how that all went down with Steiny and Andrew Schultz. Did you see anything about it?
Yeah.
I did see it.
Man, that was brutal.
I love Andrew
He got
Schultz.
pulverized. It was
I
a
love
fun
Andrew
watch.
Schultz
It was
so
a fun,
much.
a fun watch.
He goes, nah, that's what you should be doing. You're getting your moments.
Yeah,
Get your
yeah, yeah.
moment, champ.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about that show was Andrew, you know, obviously the main core of the discussion is on Steiny. Everybody wants to talk about Steiny, about why the episode didn't air, so on and so forth. But Andrew, I don't think I've ever seen Andrew come to a show with that type of energy before.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Do you know the situation?
Yeah, I know there was some stuff that happened before the show.
No. Dude, Kyle has done an excellent job of building a brand. I've always had difficulty like vibing with him. I don't when
I
he
thought
when he
Kyle
started a
Ca-
podcast, I thought how is he gonna do this?
Mhm.
And they've done an incredible job and somehow stayed afloat. But when Andrew went on that podcast and said what he said during and after, I said to myself, how is this not the sentiment for every single show
Well,
that they have?
Yeah. So I watched the whole thing. I watched from the beginning, and I think Kyle and Steve were very respectful right off the bat. And Andrew,
No,
because I fucking like Kyle. I like Kyle. I've
No,
never
no,
found
no,
him to
listen,
be like
listen,
a
listen.
talker.
I don't think
Listen,
he. I don't
the only
think
person
he,
we're bullying here is Stein.
No, hold on,
Stein-
Jeff. Let me. I want to get the broom out for a second and work with you on this. They don't. Kyle is not claiming to have a. It's not a podcast. It's like you sit down with a bunch of homies and you bullshit. Their show is very. Their show is very loose.
Homies together.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe, dude. Let me ask you this question. How many shows have we had where we did a 10 p.m. episode? The vibe was just off. There was and now, yes, sure. Let's take it as a testament to the fact that we are very strong podcasters. We pulled it together. We made it look great. But we have been through many shows where the vibe was off. Maybe they were having a bad day.
You got to walk before you run. You know,
What does that mean?
I mean, like they at that time early on, they had jumped into becoming one of the biggest shows without ever doing anything.
Yeah, I agree
like
with
that.
that.
Before.
Agree with that.
And obviously, like we were fans of podcasts before we started podcasting. We're in the entertainment business. You know, we've been around. We know how to talk to people. We know how to deal with people in tense situations. You know, we've all
There
been
have
there.
been guests who have walked on this show where I hadn't heard of them until the day before the podcast.
Yeah.
And guess what I did? Significant amount of research, so I would make the guests feel welcome, appreciated, respected, and relevant on my fucking show that I'm invited him on.
Yeah, but
not
Andrew-
only that is like Andrew Schultz is
Massive.
not just a guide, like he's highly entertaining. He's very good at what he does.
Sharp
like,
from New York,
Come on,
from the
bro.
fucking Sharp.
Dude, you don't even have to know about his career to have a good conversation.
Well, that's
with
what.
that guy.
No, but I believe that maybe that's what their sentiment was. We can roll into this lackadaisical, and regardless, it's Andrew Schultz. They could have sat on that couch and said, Andrew Schultz is going to steer this thing to 5 million views for us.
But
we have to
listen,
do nothing. And going back to what I said. I don't know what the reason was, but it was apparent from the start of that show that Andrew was not his normal, energetic, high vibrating self. He just wasn't. And so if you are relying on the power of the guest, Andrew came on our show and weaved one of the most exciting narratives for 500 different stories. He's an incredible fucking guest. And if someone comes to your show and they don't show up the same way you've expected them to show up, it can throw a major dagger. Now, of course, like I said, as a testament, I am always ready. If that guest stops talking, I am always ready. I'm always packed with a question. I know my fucking shit, always, and he's ready too.
Not for Jerry Perp Drink.
Not for Jerry Perp Drink, but I've said a lot of it too comes down to chemistry. Comes down to chemistry between co-hosts. I was pushing for Bradley
What do you want? No, what the
Hey.
you doing?
Hey, it's the point of the artist.
You're too old to be doing that.
Mike sucks ass, so it's amazing to watch him.
You know that song that goes, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Not a song for Ibiza.
It is a song for Ibiza. I think people have a misconception about what Ibiza is. It's a dark place. Welcome back to the night shift, ladies and gentlemen. You're working late, so it's time to clock in. Literally, I woke up, no flight, no idea where we were going. I really love food. More than girls, money, more than people. But nothing happens in Belgium. It's easy. Brussels, get places are there. There happens there. It is, but I'm feeling really like heart pounding, shortness of breath. David tells me it's because I'm not getting enough sleep. Basically, I'm going to finish this vlog. I'm looking at this stress. All I'm thinking to myself is I'm getting further and further away from the hospital that I feel good getting away from this fucking videos. And so I guess today's concept is checking yourself. We get one body. You really gotta hunt down that fucking moderation and find a way to take care of yourself, because otherwise it's gonna be might be a fun ride, but it's gonna be a fucking short one. All right, so the girls were with, they said they booked my flight, the ones that left and were supposed to come, and they booked my first ever Ryanair, which I guess is like the Spirit Airlines of Europe. I've never been on it before. I don't know, I mean, I feel like it should be fine, right? People have been saying lately they don't like how I'm in New York and then I just appear in another country and they want to see like a transition shot. So here's your transition shot. I have no idea what language they speak in this country. Do you know what language they speak in this country?
Belgian waffle.
Is Belgian actually a language?
I have no.
I don't know if it's, you're saying it's not German? Okay, so we have no answer to that. Ryanair experience. I'm sitting in my seat. This fucking Russian dude goes behind me, swings his backpack, hits me with the backpack. Deep breath, no big deal. I can get through this. Happened to me a million fucking times every flight I've ever been on. The whole time, kicking my seat, pulling on my fucking seat like this. But I knew I was really proud of myself because I wasn't doing anything. And right in that moment when I had claimed that victory, dude, he turned and gave me a full fucking elbow to the back of the head like this, to the back of my fucking head. And he goes, sorry, like that. And I go, watch your fucking hands, bro. He goes, I said I am sorry. I go, bro, it's the fourth time you hit it. You just elbowed me in the back of the fucking head, bro. And then he sits down and he goes, fucking shit. He looked like he was offended that I was upset that he fucking drew blood from me during a Ryanair flight.
And now a word from our sponsors.
All right, if you followed me for a while, you know I've struggled with anxiety and OCD pretty much my entire life. No stranger to how tough things can get out there, and I want to make sure that you guys have a resource that could help. That's why I'm happy that BetterHelp is sponsoring today's video. Talking to someone about your problems is one of the most important things you could do for yourself. And finding a therapist that you can trust is such a daunting task, I didn't even want to try it. BetterHelp solves that. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because everything is done online. All you have to do is just answer a few questions and you can get matched up with a professional therapist in as little as a few days. So listen, if you're out there, you're feeling alone or you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. All you have to do is click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Mike Malak to get matched up with a professional therapist and get 10% off your first month. Guys, my main job every single day is staying mentally healthy enough so that I can do this job. And by processing some of my past trauma in therapy, I felt lighter and more positive about the future. So listen, you could always benefit from talking to somebody and getting things off your chest. So if you're ready to try therapy, click the link in the description and get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp. Click the link and let's get back to the night shift, baby. Come here. Bro, hi. Hello. Oh, you probably pick up a lot of girls with that dog, bro.
Well,
I mean, couple, so.
Have a good one, have a good one. We made it to Brussels. Obviously, I'm out here roughing up the locals already, telling him he's gonna pick up mad girls in front of his girlfriend. Worst possible outcome for that conversation. We just literally flew in here. We have this city we have no contacts for, no plugs. I mean, there's no one here. This may sound weird to you guys, but I've always had like this obsession with doing this type of thing, with like showing up to cities that are like, people think are like, oh, there's nothing cool going on there. There's no hot nightclubs. There's no like crazy like this or that. Bro, do you know how much history this city has? Do you know how much history Brussels has? You're not even gonna believe what just happened. So there's this artist that goes around like all different cities. His name's Space Invader. He builds these things on walls, right? People have been walking down streets and you'll just see them. And they've become so like sought after, like almost like Banksy, that if you see one, you have to go through a very specific process, climb a ladder, fucking go up and scrape it off the wall, and they're worth like 100 racks. Like, and after I'm just telling you that fucking story, walking down the street about how I like to go to weird cities where